Merry Christmas! I'm going to show you how to create a Christmas quiz using Microsoft Forms. Now, if you've never used Microsoft Forms before, it's really simplistic to create. It's actually, there's different templates that Microsoft Forms fit under. One is feedback, one is registration, one is research, and one is quiz. Now, there's actually a whole bunch of different templates. If you go into here, you'll see there's loads of different types of forms which are broken out by things like events, research, employee satisfaction. There's loads of different things in here that you could go and check out. Now, we're going to be building a Christmas quiz today, and actually there's two different ways that you could do this, and I'm going to be using Copilot as an AI tool to help me. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you don't have a Copilot license, there is a free version of Copilot that we can also use, so I'm going to show you both options. Now, I'm going to start off by going through and creating a new quiz. By clicking on quiz, what this will do is it will bring me to this page. Now you can see because I've got a Copilot license, I can actually describe the quiz that I want to draft and it will create it automatically for me. So I could say, please create a Christmas quiz and then click on generate. Now Christmas quizzes are perfect at this time of year for little social get-togethers, even do them remotely via Microsoft Teams as a bit of get-together. Now you can see this is now creating me my form, my quiz, automatically, and it's generating the questions for me as well at exactly the same time. Now, the cool thing about the quiz feature of Microsoft Forms is not only do you have the questions, but you can also specify what the answer is, so people can build points as they go along. So you can see here now I've got this Christmas quiz to test your knowledge about Christmas traditions. First question, which country is credited with starting the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? And you can see France, Germany, United States, United Kingdom, and we can also specify the answer in here with a bit of an answer explanation as well. Now, if I'm happy with these questions, all I really need to do is click on the Keep It button, and that's then created me my quiz. Now, I hear what you're saying. If you don't necessarily have Copilot, then you can create these quizzes manually yourself really easily. Now, let's take a look at how we do that. Now, let's pretend I've gone through the same process of going through the forms, creating a new quiz, but I don't have Copilot. I wouldn't have the option of creating this form using Copilot. So instead, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove some of these questions, which have been automatically generated for me by Copilot inside of Microsoft Forms. And instead, I'm going to create my own questions. I'm going to show you how simple this is to do as well. So you can see this is what you'd actually see if you started a brand new quiz without any form of questions that are preloaded in there for you. You can see there's different types of questions we can ask. We can ask choices, so provide multiple answers that they can select from. Text, ratings, dates, ranking, and a couple of other options that you probably wouldn't really necessarily use as part of a Christmas quiz. Now, to get questions for the quiz, what I'm going to do, now you could just go to a search engine and type in Christmas quiz and find some ideas on Google. But actually, one of the things I like to do is if you go into Microsoft Bing, so just www.bing.com, click on Copilot across the top. This is the free version of Copilot that anybody can use. So what you could do as a a workaround is you could choose to get the free version of Copilot to actually answer that give you the questions, and then you can copy and paste them into your form. So I could say, please give me 5 Christmas quiz questions and answers. And then what this will do is it will then give you a bunch of questions that we can then create. So for example, we've got a question here: in which country did tradition of putting up Christmas trees originate? What is the name of the reindeer that leads Santa's sleigh? So let's just take that as an example question. Copy that, go back into my Christmas quiz, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select choice, and what I'm going to do is paste in my question into here, and then my answer. So if we go back into Copilot, grab the answer, which of course is Rudolph. Select, so I'm going to paste this into here, and just put a couple of fake answers in here. Barry, Dave, Bob. There we go. Now, We also need to specify which is the right answer. So click on correct answer. And if we wanted to, we could put in a little bit of an explanation. Now, sometimes for Christmas quizzes, it is pretty useful actually to put in a bit of an explanation, because especially if the questions start getting a bit sort of random, then you can explain it so people can see it afterwards. So again, we can add some more questions. So if I go back into my Copilot, find another question: which popular Christmas beverage is also known as milk punch? Copy that. Again, put in choice field, and then put eggnog as the correct answer. And then I'm going to put milk, orange juice, and of course select the right answer. Now, within reason, you can have as many options as you like, but I would suggest for a sort of Christmas quiz, you probably don't want more than 4 or 5 different answers for people to choose from. Now, when it comes to quizzes, you also need to specify the points. So typically, maybe per question, there might be, say, 10 points, but some questions might be harder than others. So you might give different points, but dependent on the actual quiz. So for example, this one might be a lot easier. So we might say this one actually is just 5 points. This one's a bit harder, so we'll give it 10 points. And now you can see the total amount of points that you could possibly have within inside of this quiz is 15 points. I just wanted to pause here for a second and ask a quick favor. If you're enjoying this video or any of the previous videos that I've created, please do subscribe to my channel. There's loads of fantastic content on here, all about different Microsoft products, Teams, PowerPoint, OneDrive, SharePoint, and so much more. So go and check out some of those videos after this, and please remember to subscribe. So now you can see how easy it is to add new questions into here. And of course, you'd probably want to create multiple questions in here. Typically, Christmas quizzes will be somewhere around 20 questions. Now, I'm not going to go into a load of detail about the forms, because I want to make this as an easy and accessible way of creating them. But if you wanted to play around with forms, you can do things like having different pages within the forms as well. So even branching it, so depending on which answer you pick, you can go to a different page and things like that. But that's getting quite advanced with Microsoft Forms. We're going to keep it nice and simple. Other things you might want to know is about styling. So you can choose different types of layouts of your kind of quiz. Even there's some suggestions of actually the way that you might want to make it look and feel. So we can see if there's one that's a little bit more kind of party feel, something like this. You can also add background music if you wanted to. By clicking into the top area here, we can also choose to upload an image. So say, for example, like a company logo or something like that, we could add into the form and basically play around with that style to get it to look and feel how you want to. There's a couple of different settings in here. So you can choose to enable things like practice mode, show results automatically, show answers, explanations for respondents. But most importantly, you would probably want to select here who can fill out this form. Now, if this is going to be just used internally, as in people with Microsoft 365 accounts at your organization, you can just leave it with only people in your company name. Or you can select anyone can respond, which means anyone in the world that has the link to this form can use it to respond. The next thing, before we send this out or share this with our colleagues, we want to make sure that we actually click on preview and just have a little look at what it looks like. Make sure it works how you expect it to work. Now you can see this is what it would look like if I also use it on a computer, but also you can look at what it would look like on a mobile phone. Now I tend to find when I do Christmas quizzes via, say, a Microsoft Teams meeting, quite often people would be doing it via their mobile phone because they're on their desktop computer via the Teams meeting. They want to see people's faces and talk and see their reactions and things like that. So often they will access it through their mobile phone. So it's worth just double checking what it looks like on a mobile phone. Also, you can submit your answers through this interface as well. Click on submit and just test that the point structure is coming up how you expected. Obviously, I only got one of those questions right, so I got the 10-point question right. So I've got 10 out of 15. If I just come back out here, you can also see I've got the option of seeing the responses. So I can click on view responses, and this is where I can actually see the amount of responses, the average score, the average time it's submitted. As well as that, I can see what is the name of the question and what answers people have actually submitted. I can click on review answers, and I can actually see everybody's individual answers. So this is one way that you could go through and actually see, based on the people that submitted the quiz, what their points were. So you go through and see who's got the highest points that actually won the quiz afterwards. You could also choose to open the results in Excel. So if you found it easier to quickly get all the results out into Excel, see people's points, order the Excel spreadsheet to see who's got the most points as your winner. That's another way that you could see who the winner was. Or you can click on this post scores, and again, you get that nice little scoreboard. So this is quite a visual way to kind of see the scores afterwards as well. So once people have actually submitted it, that's where you'd go to see the responses. Now, to actually share this with people, we click on the collect response option, and there's a few different options in here. As I say, we can choose whether anyone can respond, only people within our organization, or we could specify specific people within our organization that can respond to it. Now, there's a few different ways that you can share this out. Now, you can either send it via kind of an invitation, so type in people's name here, click on send, and you can either get it to send an email or even a Teams message if you wanted to. Other ways that you can do this, you could maybe choose to copy the link and send it to them in the Teams meeting. This is probably the most commonly option when it comes to a Christmas quiz inside of Teams. Other options is you can generate a barcode. So you can generate a QR code that you could put onto a poster or just flash up on screen on your Teams meeting for people to scan and automatically open it. Or even you could choose to embed this form. So if you want to embed it into your SharePoint intranet or your website or something like that, you could choose to generate this as an embed. But I'd say most people would click on that copy link, paste it into the Teams chat, and then what that would do, once they click on it, is automatically open the quiz like this. So there you go. That's everything you need to know to create your Christmas quiz, share it with your colleagues, and view the responses to see their answers and who won the quiz. Please do subscribe to my channel and drop any questions you have in the comments feed below.